Hello, it's Rob from Fountain Pen Journey. Update on yesterday's Pelikan Hub 2019. It was my first Pelikan Hub that I attended, and also the first fountain pen meeting that I also attended. So quite exciting. The meet that I went to, the hub, was in Fleet in Hampshire, England, and we had, I believe, 9 people in total attend throughout the event. Reading one of the guys' blogs who wrote that this morning. So when I got there were, I suppose, 6 of us all in total at the meet while I was in attendance. Thanks also to Penultimate Dave. He's got a YouTube channel as well. He was the hub master. He organised the meet and approached Pelikan and said, look, can we have a meet in Fleet? And they said, well, you know, get the right number of registered people together, and yeah, you can go ahead. So thank you very much to Dave for organising that. We held it in the pub, well, outside of a pub, so it was a nice warm afternoon, 21 degrees, but it did get a bit nippy towards the latter part of the evening. And Dave quite rightly said, you know, I want to keep this as a free event so that people don't have to pay, which I appreciate a lot, because, you know, it's, you know, some of the venues that Dave had spoken to about having a function room, things like that, they wanted an awful lot of money for it, and that of course would have been passed on to us, the attendees. So I appreciate Dave finding somewhere free, so we could have a meeting and enjoy it that way. I didn't really do a lot at the meet. I did take a few notes. I'll just say that everybody else's handwriting is far superior to mine. Yeah. So I wasn't really into writing a lot. Did get to try one or two very nice, very expensive pens, and it's kind of made me realise that I quite like my very cheap, very affordable Chinese fountain pens. It was nice to be able to see these pens, handle them, try them out, and the nibs were lovely and smooth. But I didn't really make that many notes in my moleskin notebook. This is all back to front because, yeah, it's got a reverse camera. This here is the Osmiroid that I took along, which I was having a bit of a struggle writing with. This was a Osmiroid fitted with an Italic SH6 nib. Now, one of the attendees basically tried it, and she went, no, there's no problem with this. Writes perfectly fine. And then gave me a bit of advice and some help, which I really appreciate, so thank you very much for that. To basically say, you know, you need a 45-degree writing angle. Keep the nib end square on the paper. It's a music nib type thing. Keep the nib end square on the paper, write with the pen at a 45-degree angle. I'll try and demonstrate that. So, yeah, my writing angle, I'd say, is perhaps a little bit higher than 45 degrees, but if you write at 45 degrees, that pen actually wrote really, really well. Sorry, just me mowing. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. So I've got a nice Osmiroid pen that is filled with Visconti turquoise ink, so I'll enjoy writing with that. Quite an interesting italic nib. Did try one or two other pens, so I've got some other ink things on there. I didn't write an awful lot, mainly because my handwriting is appalling, and quite honestly, I think that nobody would have been impressed by that. Yeah, so that was that. Tried a couple of pens. One of the members brought along she pronounced it Tasha. This is all back to front, obviously. Tasha, Taccia. It's a Japanese ink. This was called Tasha Dye. Don't exactly know how you spell dye. And it's a lovely, really lovely, bright, it's a saturated bright orange. Really, really nice. Now, I like orange inks. One of my favourite orange inks is Diamine Sunset, which it's my go-to orange ink. But But the Tasha ink is way more colourful. It's just a brighter, more colourful, really nice orange. So what I did was write a bit of a sample down here. Obviously it's all back to front. So try and get this to focus well. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay. So Diamine Sunset. Yeah, it's much redder. These are the two sort of. This is the Tasha dye, and this one is the Diamine Sunset. And it's kind of put the Diamine Sunset to shame, because the Diamine Sunset for me was a lovely orange ink, and now it's starting to actually sort of compare these two side by side. The Diamine actually looks quite red orange in comparison. So yeah. That was a lovely ink to try. Unfortunately, I believe it's not available anymore, which is a real shame, because I probably would have bought myself a bottle of that. Never mind, inks come and go. So the Pelikan Hub 2019, excuse me, I'll just try and shuffle things around a bit. Nice, informal, very social event. Nice to meet other people, try out the pens. As far as I was aware, might be wrong, but I was the only person who actually took any Pelikan pens along. So I'm not entirely sure what Pelikan gets out of this. Obviously it's a promotional thing, because you get the Pelikan Passion magazine, which of course is all going to be back to front, and in here there is, you know, we've got stuff on inks, the pens, yeah, things like this. Try not to hit the microphone, sorry about that. Yeah, all sorts of stuff, bit of history about the company. Yeah, nice to receive that. Nice gift, nice souvenir. Special edition Souveron, violet white. I don't know whether this is an up-to-date one. This is the 90 Years in Motion Pelikan Passion edition. So I would have thought they might have actually put Star Ruby on there. I guess not. So I don't know whether that's an up-to-date one or not. So 2019 Pelikan always release a Edelstein ink, one of the Gemstone series inks. So this year it's Star Ruby. And the nicest thing about the Pelikan Hubs is that, I don't know whether this is all the time, but they gave every attendee who'd registered a bottle of the Pelikan Edelstein ink of the year, which of course is Star Ruby this year. So we've got a nice box with a sort of bite taken out of it there. So a very nice box, nice package, and I'm quite grateful that Pelikan not only supply these free ink bottles, but they actually provide you with a, full bottle. It's full size Pelikan Edelstein Star Ruby ink bottle with the ink, obviously. I mean, they could sort of say, well, we'll give you a free goodie bag, Pelikan Passion magazine, to promote the company, and yeah, give you a 15ml ink sample. But no, they give you the full thing. So thanks to Pelikan for that. Look forward to using that ink. It's quite a nice ink. I do like my sort of reddish purple ink, so that should be a nice one to try. Just pop the inserts back in the box, close the lid, and also, what else did we get? Oh yeah, Penultimate Dave, who organised the event, the Hubmaster. He gave out his postcards with his website on, which you can't read because it's backwards, but it says Penultimate Dave, all one word, .com. So head over there, find out more about Dave. Pelikan also produced for this year's Hubs a Pelikan Hubs 2019 notepad. So it's in keeping again with the Star Ruby theme, which is very nice. I'll keep this as a souvenir. Yeah, it's the first Pelikan Hub I've attended, so yeah, I'll probably keep that as a bit of a souvenir, a bit of paper ephemera. So that was what we received at the hub this year. Obviously, some hubs might be different. I know that I joined the Pelikan Hub's Facebook group, and some hubs had, I don't know, people were doing their own sort of calligraphic name badges, things like that, and the hub masters were producing those, giving those out to people, so everyone knew who each other were, things like that. So I suppose every hub's going to be slightly different. Every venue is going to be slightly different as well. So that was my first fountain pen meeting and my first Pelikan Hub. So yeah, good fun. Didn't do a huge amount of writing, which, you know, yeah, did a bit. Tried out some nice pens, which was lovely. So yeah, didn't need all the notebooks and notepads that I took along. But yeah, probably need those again some other time. So thank you very much for watching. Hope wherever you went to enjoy your Pelikan Hub 2019, you had a good time. Let me know in the comments if you attended a hub and what it was like, where it was, things like that. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.